Good morning, FlossTube. Welcome to my channel. My name is Shanda and I live along the Continental Divide in Idaho. Today it is so blustery and stormy. It's a perfect day to sit inside and stitch. Today I have a few programming changes, a few items of housekeeping, and some cross stitch, wool, and a few quilted items. To my channel. It is a beautiful blustery fall day here. Perfect day to stay home and stitch and make a pot of soup or whatever's making you feel warm and cozy. Today I want to get started. A couple things. My Ort container painting tutorial. I am just not meant to film tutorials. Maybe I don't know, technical difficulties. I gave up. So I forgot to mention that on my last FlossTube. I haven't tried because it is such a dark video. We live in a darker home surrounded by trees. And even this morning, I'm waiting for the sun to come up. So I hope that its rays will come through here pretty soon and lighten up the picture. The second thing I want to talk about, yes, I had a lot of comments on this on the back of my settee. This is a quilted table runner from Country Threads. They have since retired. Mary and Connie worked effortlessly and tirelessly at their quilt shop in Gardner, Iowa. And this is from a pattern from them that I did clear back in probably the mid or late 2000s. And it's called Do Not Disturb. And it's still available. I see it out there. I went and looked and it is still available. But yeah, pumpkins. It's a rare one for me because it's somewhat applique and I'm not a big applique person, but I've had a lot of comments and questions on what was behind me last time. The other item of housekeeping is programming changes. I'm going to be doing away with the haul segment of my videos and the Happy Mail. Just personal preferences. I'm trying to shorten my videos and I just want to do meat. I just want to do cross stitch quilting. A lot of my followers have said they just want the cross stitch and quilting and maybe a little bit of wool. So personally, I'm going to do away with the haul and the Happy Mail segments on my videos. And I think I'm going to have a video ready every second Saturday of the month. I can't do them weekly. I don't do them every other week. I'm just going to shoot for every second Saturday and see how that turns out of the month for the next 2 or 3 months and see how it goes. Okay, prior finishes for quilting, or for cross stitch. This was Pumpkin Hollow. I want to say it's by Little House Needleworks. And if that's incorrect, I'll scroll it across the bottom. This middle part was stitched by a girlfriend, and then she sent it to me, and I finished it into a pillow with some prairie points. Pumpkin Hollow. I want to say it's Little House Needleworks. The next one that is one of my personal favorites. I stitched this definitely mid-2000s. It's from Not Forgotten Farm, and it's called Jack Be Nimble. And again, I finished it with some prairie points. Jack Be Nimble, Lori Brecklin, Not Forgotten Farm. kind of stick that one there. The next cross stitch area is, I love Stacey Nash. I love really a lot of designers, but Stacey Nash back in 2011, I want to say, came out with a book, 2013, came out with a book called My Name is Lydia. And she found a sampler, and she's made, I don't know, 9 or 11 projects in this book. But, and this is on my radar, maybe 5-year radar. It's called the Lydia Corker Pocket Roll. Don't know if you can see that. It's for cross stitching. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This book is still available. I've seen it out on Amazon. Understitched, I think. I haven't seen many people talk about this book, but there's, oh gosh, there's the sampler in here, the original, and I won't read it to you because number one, I don't have my glasses on, but go out and take a peek. There's a sewing roll and a strawberry pin keep out of it. The sampler is on one side, and then this is the inside of the sewing roll. Oh, I think there's 9 or 11 projects I counted last night. The Lydia Corker sampler bag. Absolutely stunning. I think this book is understitched. Love it. Okay, my current whips. The first one is Where the Bittersweet Blooms by Brenda Gervais with I Needle and Thread. I am stitching mine on 32 count. Actually, I think it's 36. 36 count Vintage Country Mocha. Those are my colors. Ah, this is just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stitch. So there's that. That one should be done before fall. The next one, I don't know if I'll get this one done. These are some fall stitches. Holiday Inn by Brenda Gervais. Love this one. A girlfriend has finished this one, and I've seen it in person, and just kind of inspired me. This was a mania start for me last year. I want to say, oh no, sorry, October 14th of 20. I keep it on the back of my tag here. But I'm doing this one on 32 count Weeks Dye Works gingham. And the floss tag I made was a picture I had taken. So it goes with it. I've just got the chimney and the house outline there started. It's kind of hard to see on that fabric until you get more going on, but there's that one. The next one I have is the Schoolhouse Coverlet Drum by Heartstring Samplery, Beth Twist. This is a huge fill-in project. There's one color, DMC 221, and this is a mystery 36 count linen. But it's coming. I'm going to turn this one into a drum. It's coming along. A lot of fill-in work. This is great for my stitching days on Wednesdays when I go to Stitch Group. 3 more whips. This next one, I planned 4 or 5 starts this year, and I knew this one was one I wanted to start for fall. It is Stacey Nash Turkey Hollow Farm. And notice this turkey right here. I've been in consult with Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. It's got some tail feathers. Love this cheddar. I call it cheddar mustard house. But see that turkey? The chart does not have those feathers charted. So I'll probably just blow that up. A girlfriend noticed that at Stitch Group and sent me a text, and I went, oh, you're right. My picture has the feathers, but the chart doesn't. So, and here's my tiny little start. This is on 36 count Cream and Sugar by Fiber on a Whim. Love this. Oh, just, ever since I did Cherry Hollow Farm, I have to do Turkey Hollow Farm. 2 more. This one I'm doing as a stitch with, she's already done, but my friend Lisa in Wisconsin. This one is on 20 count Vintage Country Mocha, and it is, I better show you the picture first. Grateful, Thankful, Blessed by Brenda Gervais. Here Comes the Sun. And this one is on 20 count Vintage Country Mocha. 2/1. With my stitch thread keep that she sent me. And this one's also a big fill-in project. And this, yes, marks my top. I've had a lot of people ask me, why do you put bulb pins on the tops? Trust me, I started and then turned it upside down and it wasn't very fun. I hope that sun isn't going to be too much of a problem. The last one here is my Sunday stitch. It is His Eyes on the Sparrow by Beth Twist. Call me crazy. I'm doing this 1/1 on 28 count Springfield Sage Lugana. This is a very personal stitch for me. I won't go into too much of the details. Yeah, here comes the sun. It's gonna make funny marks everywhere. I just can't get the lighting right on my floss tubes. But it is going to be so pretty. Let me move my pin, my needle minder here. It's a hedgehog. But I am loving this border and that peacock. If I was stranded on a desert island, this is the one I would want with me. Absolutely beautiful. And I've had some people ask me if yes, I was crazy. Or tell me yes, I was crazy. I don't care. I love 1/1 on 28, and that's what this one is. It will take me a long time, but I think I'll get it done. That's the end of the cross stitch. So if you want to say goodbye, thank you for watching. Couple things here, and then I'll do wool and then a few quilting. My aunt sent me this a couple years ago, and it's just a decoration that says harvest, but this middle part, they own a very large corn farm in Illinois. And anything corn, she likes to send me. But this middle thing, the ingenious thing that it is, I don't know if you can see it, it is made out of an old chenille bedspread. Painted, not dyed. It's very stiff. The outside is just a canvas, like the corn husk is just a canvas piece of fabric, but the middle is a painted old chenille bedspread. How ingenious is that? I have one that says harvest, and she sent me one that says grateful. The next little thing is Dawn from Stitch Group gave me some of this, and this is a great idea for filler. She got this at her local grocery store, I want to say, in the pet aisle. It's called K-Cob, K-A-Y-K-O-B, and it's almost like, I don't know, it's lightweight, big enough, but she uses it for filler in her pillow and pin tucks. They felt wonderful. So it's from the company KT. I don't know if you can see that. And it's called K-Cob, K-A-Y-K-O-B. And she just found it in the pet aisle of her local grocery store. It was a bigger grocery store. I want to say it was like maybe Fred Meyer. That's what we have out here in the West. Kroger, in the Midwest, I believe, or back east. Anyway, it feels wonderful. It's light enough, but yet substantial that it would go great in pillow tucks. Okay, wool. I'm gonna make this fast because I really don't need long videos. Maggie Bonanami's book, Nature's Offering. I've been looking at all her books lately because they're so full of fall inspiration. I love them. In here is a picture of pears. And this one, you can kind of see it's on a stand of some sort, which was maybe a pincushion. And my Kool-Aid mom duplicated that. This one has a crow on the top of the strawberry, and it's got all my pins on the side, sweet pears, and this needle, or this wooden turned stand that it's on. But I just love this. And this is from my retreat. I'll put it up here. Anyway, wool. I like working with wool, just it's not one of my favorite things. So come what may. The last wool item is out of Autumn Gatherings, Lisa Bonjean, the book. And I bought this as a kit. Oh gosh, my kids were teenagers, so probably early 2000s, but it's this top one. Red Wear Crow Mat. I showed this last fall. Haven't tea stained my thread yet because I'm not real crazy about the way that was finished. But I will tea stain or coffee, walnut stain, coffee dab the white threads. Some of them are darker threads so you can't see them. But some are white, and yeah, they stick out like a sore thumb to me. So this I will remake, redo, makeover. The colors in this are absolutely beautiful, and I do use this a lot in the fall. It's just gorgeous. Okay, now we're on to quilting. A couple finishes, prior finishes. This is I call it my carpet bag because I'm such an Anna Green Gables fan. But it's a bag that I made. It's got a really nice, I don't even know what the material is, maybe like moleskin on the bottom. And I use it when I travel. But the zipper in this was a bear. I wouldn't recommend making this just because of the zipper. But on the sides, it's got one tab that's folded over here and some buttons. This was called a quilted carryall. And the pattern I remember I got Mormon Handicraft. They were up on the hill, and I went there one fall day and I saw this pattern, and I had to have this pattern, and it was quite the undertaking. But I had just gotten my gammal, so at least it was at least 2004, 2005, because I quilted it myself. And then here's the other side. But I just love the piecing in this. You see it. It's a great carry-on for on the airplane. And then it's lined. And it's got some really big pockets in it. I lined it. Anyway, that's a prior finish, quilted finish. This is too big to open and show, but this was my kind of my dream quilt way back when. I would love to hang it on my quilt crane right back here, but it's too heavy. I'm afraid it would really make that quilt crane sag. But it's just called Red Baskets. I quilted it myself. See if you can see some of that quilting. It was a pattern from Spring Green, Country Sampler in Spring Green, Wisconsin. And this one I know I finished in 2011. And it is backed with just some, I believe it's the same. No, it's different. Just a cream with red. There is that. And then the last two items that are quilting related. 2 videos ago, I had mentioned that I had made some house swifts. And a house swift is a needle roll case. And that's what they look like. I bet I made 30 of these one year for Christmas gifts for everybody in my sewing and quilting groups and whatever. But this is from the book. I was right on track, but this is from the book, Kathleen Tracy, Remembering Adelia. One of my very favorite quilting books, but I just love those house swifts. they stitch up fast. They're quilty related, sewing related, really in general. You could use those for cross stitch. Let me see if there's a different picture here too. And this is what they look like when they're folded. Love those. I've made a lot of those for gifts. The last person, or one of my last favorite, I have a lot of favorites. Julie Hendrickson. She has a shop in Wisconsin. It's near Madison. Oh, and why can't I think of it right now? But anyway, she has several books out, but this is one of my favorites, Preserving History. I'm such a traditional quilter. Pro and con, I guess, from quilt kits. If you have a quilt kit, you have one like somebody else. They didn't have quilt kits back then. I have lots of quilt kits. I'm not cutting down quilt kits, but I prefer to sew for my stash from scraps. Quilt kits are wonderful in the fact that you can grab it and go. If you see something that you like and you love all the colors, you love all the fabrics. I have several quilt kits that I need to do. But I also like stitching from my stash, piecing from my stash. The women of the Civil War didn't have quilt kits, so that makes them more endearing to me. But anyway, love her stuff. The last thing, bless my mother's heart. The other day she said to me, Shanda, I'm not getting any younger. We have kind of an arrangement. She loves to quilt. She loves to hand quilt. She does not like to piece. So if there's something that she wants pieced, I will piece it for her and she'll hand quilt one for me. I think that's an excellent trade. I've been working on Joe Martins Hexis for 4 or 5 years now. And I've got 72 of them to do. These 3 I finished here in the last, I don't know, couple weeks. But they're all hand. You have to do them by hand. And I have a hand English paper piecing tutorial out there back in the day when I was doing my quilting videos. But she says to me, I really want to quilt that quilt before I die. So I've got, I think I counted 22 done and I've got 72 to go. So I'm trying to get these done. And I'm going to be putting mine together. Let's see if I can do this. I can't remember how they went together now, other than instead of a path around them, there was just 3 hexes that formed a diamond. Oh, here we go. Like this. So see, you'll need 3 there in the center. That's how mine are going to be put together. And they're black. Anyway. Happy fall, happy stitching. I will see you on the 2nd Saturday of November. And enjoy what you stitch on. Enjoy what you want to stitch on. Enjoy the day, seize the moment, and grab every opportunity you can to stitch. Stitch more, start less, and finish your whips.